The Crow and the Sheepdog. The morning air was crisp, a quiet stillness lingering over the fields. The sky was a soft canvas of pale blue, dotted with the first light of dawn. The sheepdog, steady and vigilant, trotted alongside the flock, his eyes scanning the horizon. His fur was thick, dusted with morning dew, and his movements were smooth, practiced. This was his domain, the pasture, and the sheep were under his protection. But then from the tree line a shadow broke the calm. A crow, black as midnight, flapped into view, its wings slicing through the air with an arrogant grace. It hovered above the dog for a moment, then swooped low, circling as if it owned the very sky. The sheepdog glanced up, his ears flicking with the slightest interest, but he knew better than to chase after something so small, so fleeting. His job was to guard, not to waste energy. Yet the crow had other plans. It landed on a nearby fence post, its beady eyes locked on the dog. With a mocking tilt of its head, it cawed, a sharp, rasping sound that sliced through the morning calm. It wasn't just a call. It was an insult. The crow had no fear, no respect for the dog's silent command over the land. The sheepdog's eyes narrowed. He kept his pace steady, but the crow was relentless. Every few minutes, it would dive down, close enough for the dog to feel the wind from its wings before darting back up to the fence post. Each swoop, each taunting caw, was like a challenge. The crow was testing him, daring him to act. The sheepdog's patience thinned. He had enough of this. His instincts, owned by years of guarding flocks and maintaining peace, began to rise to the surface. The crow was no longer just a nuisance. It was a threat. A tiny, irritating menace that refused to respect boundaries. And so, with a snarl curling the edges of his lips, the sheepdog sprang into action. With a force that sent the sheep scattering in alarm, the dog charged toward the fence. The crow, taken off guard by the sudden movement, flapped frantically, but it wasn't fast enough. The sheepdog leaped, his powerful legs driving him forward, snapping at the air with determination. The crow, realizing its mistake, squawked in panic. It flapped higher, but the dog was faster, his body a blur of motion. With one final leap, the dog lunged, jaws snapping just inches from the crow's tail feathers. The crow cawed in fright, its wings beating wildly, and it finally gave up the chase, soaring into the sky, disappearing over the tree line. The sheepdog stood there for a moment, chest heaving with exertion, his ears perked up, eyes scanning the sky, but the crow was gone. The pasture was peaceful once more. The dog turned back to the flock, his job never truly done. The sheep, startled but safe, slowly began to graze again. The dog, ever watchful, resumed his patrol, his movements steady and calm once more. Sometimes, the smallest pests make the biggest noise, but in the end, it's the quiet, unwavering persistence of those who stand guard that keeps the peace. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to help the channel grow. Thank you for listening.